In this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 fantastic medium content book niches which have low competition but are selling like hotcakes. Hello, my name's Ben McQueenie, and if you haven't been to this channel before, I make videos on how you can make a great passive income selling low content, no content and medium content books on Amazon KDP. And if that sounds like something you like the sound of, then please subscribe to my channel, leave me a like and hit that notification bell. Now, there are a few key benefits of making medium content books over low content books. But medium content books don't have to be hard to make, as AI can help us write them. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
So before we go into the niches that I found, I wanted to start with having a look at some of the benefits, how these kind of medium content books are built, and then some types. Okay, so if we look at the benefits first, then that there's less competition for medium content books, and that's usually because they take more work to create than low content books. That doesn't mean it's any less easy; it just takes longer to make. They can be priced higher than low content books, which means that you're going to get higher royalties, which is great stuff. And finally, because they've got more content, more words, they can be made into ebooks and audiobooks very easily, which has more potential for even more royalties because you're opening the doors to a bigger audience for listeners, for instance, or people who read on devices. Okay, so how they're built then. So the usual word count of these kind of books is between 7,000 and 15,000 words. And if you're not a writer, you don't need to worry about it. But it can be a mix of, your content and space for people to write in, so like a workbook. But in terms of the words, you can get ChatGPT to help you write the books. And in a previous video, I've shown you how you can do this. So I'll put that up there for you to have a look. And because these sort of books have less words than sort of traditional high content books, they kind of lend themselves to certain types. Okay, so, the ones that work really well are kind of kids fiction, kids non-fiction, and certain types of adult non-fiction as well. So they're the kind of 3 main umbrella types that you're going to be looking at for medium content books for sure. And I suppose what you could have is another section which could be educational books, and that can be for adults or children. But it does fall under still the non-fiction kind of umbrella, I suppose. Okay, so if we have a look at some examples then of each one of these umbrella kind of types. So for kids fiction, these could be things like short stories, niche specific. I'm going to show you a horror story for kids in a second, or it could be collections of short stories, for instance. For kids non-fiction, again, educational, factual, humorous, how-to guides, depending on what age it particularly is. An example here would be an educational one, could be like learn Spanish, so top 200 Spanish phrases, for instance, or something like that. Again, could all be generated through ChatGPT, couldn't it? So, it's really, really easy to do these sorts of books. Okay, so the next one then is to look at the adult non-fiction then. So you can do things like cookbooks if you wanted to, and obviously you'd have to niche down. Could be vegan cookbooks, for instance. Okay, so let's have a look at these niches that I promised you then. Okay, so this one here is kids ghost stories, so ghost stories for kids ages 9 to 12. Okay, so the way that these books are made is simply a very short story, 2 or 3 pages, and lots of them. It's like a little collection, okay? But as you can see here, it's on for $9.99, which is really good. And at the end, I'll show you kind of how these royalties stack up. It's got a good bestsellers rank, 30,000 odd. Again, it's independently published, so it could be me or you. And, it's relatively new, and a short amount of pages. Okay, and the key word that I found that was short horror stories for kids. And you can see there's about 1,000 results, which shows that it's a good keyword. Okay. I wanted to click on to this book to show you how it is built. The good thing about Medium content books is they all get free ISBNs from Amazon, which means they get the look inside feature, so you can see how these things look inside, which is great, which is different to low content books. So if we just click on it and we can have a look at how it is built. So obviously there's the front cover, but if we just pull it down a little bit, we can see that it's fairly basic. It's a collection of short stories. And if we go down here, you can see that each one of these stories is only 2 or 3 pages, maybe 400, 500 words, which could be generated by ChatGPT very easily. QR code there, great, so it can connect you to other books in the brand. They've got a picture there as well, which you could generate through AI. And as you can see, this story could just be generated very, very easily on ChatGPT. So it's just a collection of that. That's all the book is. But look, there's a Kindle and there's also an audiobook. So it's opening the door to other audiences, you see? So it's really great stuff, okay? So what we need to do then is, let's just quickly go back. As you can see, so that's kids fiction short stories, and it's kind of like a horror specific story. Okay, so let's go across to the kids non-fiction. Let's look at some factual and some humorous books for kids. I think first we'll go to the humorous one. So this is a good one. Hilarious jokes for 6-year-old kids. Okay, as you can see here, $6.95, and bestsellers rank fantastic of 2,000 odd. Published by just someone like me or you. And look, it's only got 104 pages. But again, I want to show you how this is built because it is literally so simple. So let's just click on there and we can open up the actual page and we can take a look at how this thing is built. As we said, look, it's got a Kindle. It's even got an audiobook as well for this. But if we just click on there, all it will have is a list of these jokes, which again can be generated via AI. It's so simple. So let's just pull this down, and you can kind of style this how you want to style it. I mean, this is for 6-year-olds, so it needs to be kind of big and stuff. But look at that; it's literally just a big question mark with speech bubbles with a few elements, which you could quite easily generate into something like Canva. It's really simple. Okay. So as you can see, that's another really good option that you can do. But you can also make factual kind of books as well for kids. So here's a good one. A fun animal facts. So fun animal facts and trivia for kids. But look at this. $11. Nice. And look, really good, still a really good rating, bestsellers rank. Still generated by someone else, someone like me or you. 250 pages though. So let's have a look at this one. Click on that. Again, they've made a Kindle of this. They haven't made an audiobook, so they maybe have a missed opportunity there. But if we just have a click on and have a look at how this one's built, again, very, very basic cover this. Yeah. Maybe the book cover needs a bit of work, but anyway, let's pull this down. So a bit of an introduction. Very good. But I think the bulk of this book, here we go, look. Interesting tiger facts, interesting lion facts. I bet you it's just a list. So let's just pull this down. Look at that. Interesting tiger facts, number 1, number 2. Copy and pasted straight out of ChatGPT this. So again, for $11, $12, they're doing really well. Okay, so let's have a look at the adult side of things. And a lot of these are how-to guides, to be honest. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a couple now. Here's a good one. Stretching exercises for seniors over 60. Yeah, but look at this. $15.97 per sale, which is a great royalty rate. Bestsellers rank 64,000 odd. Just made by someone like me or you, again, 140 pages. Okay, so you can see, and if we just have a look at the kind of, look, there's only 441 competitors for this particular keyword, stretching exercises for seniors over 60. So let's have a look at how this one's built then. So if we just click on here, it's got a Kindle, but again, it's missing out on the audiobook opportunity. Tut 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 tut. So the way that this is built is probably going to be the same. It'll be a list of stretches. They've got illustrated stretches, but again, you know, you could find out these stretches through ChatGPT and just take photos of yourself doing it and just upload those there, QR code for branding and things like that. And again, a list of contents, and again, you know, these are the particular stretches that they've done, and you know, all these stretches can be found out on ChatGPT. You don't even need to put any thought into it. I'm wondering if we can actually see any of these images if we pull down. Sometimes the look inside feature doesn't have all of the, you know, you can't see it, so let's just, we're not going to be able to see it. Never mind. But my theory is that it would just literally be a stretch and a diagram. Yeah, or a picture of a person doing it, which likely is to be the person who has made the book. Okay, so this other one then. Greenhouse gardening for beginners. Okay, but look how interesting this is. Look, $16, $17, which is like fantastic. You know, good bestsellers rank. Still just published by someone, and 126 pages, right? So let's just have a look in here, and again, this will just be a list of what things you've got to do to kind of have these sort of gardens, these sort of garden, you know, greenhouses. So let's have a look here. You know, it's 8-in-1, so, you know, it's saying that it's a planner as well, so it's probably got space to put in, you know, garden plans and things like that. And again, it's just a list of topics, again, which can just be easily generated. Whoa, look at this text wall. Whoa, look at that. Again, which can be just generated. Yeah, so it takes a bit more time to do, but the benefits are massive because the amount of royalties that you can make with them, and also less competition. You see? Now, they don't have an audiobook on there, but they should. Okay, so what I want to do now is look at the analysis of those books, which I've just shown you. So we just click on here. We can see that. So how much can we make from these books, can we? Let's just have a look at the examples. So we've got the 5 examples that I've just shown you there, you know, including each one. Now imagine if you made these 5 books. So we've got the bestsellers rank there, the sales per month, and I found the sales per month through the TCK publishing sales calculator. You know, the number of pages of each one, the price that they've got it on for, and then the royalties per sale, and I got the royalties per sale from the royalty calculator on KDP. I'll put the links in the description below. So we can find out how much they make a month. Okay, so that one made $468. This one makes $2,167 per month, which is pretty good. The Animal Facts one, $250. Again, for just a book which was fairly easily put together, that's pretty good. Stretching exercises for seniors. Again, look at that royalty, you know, $500 odd. Look at this. This is a $7 markup in this one as well, 400. So if you had all of these books, you know what I mean, that were doing this well, you would make that much per month on 5 medium content books. Okay? And that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that it takes a bit more effort to do, but look at that epic reward there.
Okay, so that was 5 fantastic medium content book niches, and as you can see, they're making quite a lot per month. I would recommend giving it a go. Now, if you have a look at this video, I think that you will be interested in this too. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments box below, and I'll get back to you. And until next time, bye!